Good morning. I was thinking back about when I first heard about perfection. I'm not talking about God, I'm talking about perfection, the idea of perfection. And I started to wonder what it really meant, And at first it was impossible to grasp because I couldn't think of something, I couldn't imagine what perfection was. So I set out to understand it. And you would hear somebody say, well, wow, that's perfect. And you'd say, well, what is perfect? What was it that made you say that? And they would describe what they saw. And of course, I didn't see what they saw. So I would have to try and understand it from a positive perspective. How could I see perfection in what they just explained to me? And a stumbling block, of course, was my understanding and my awareness of perfection. It was not broad enough. It was so limited that everything had to fit into these squares and these round pegs. And so mine was the problem. Perfection was there. It was my understanding of it that was the problem. It was limiting me. It was forcing me to say that I can't see it because I don't see it the way I want it. I think it should be shown or seen. So, when I realized that, I said, well, let's be less stringent. Let's be less unforgiving of the moment. Why can't the moment be perfect? Because it isn't the way I thought a perfect moment should be. Wow. Well, I might be right, a perfect moment might include what I think is a perfect moment, but if I'm waiting for that particular part of the perfect moment, I'm going to miss the rest of the perfect moment, because perfection, I still haven't seen it as clear as I can see it, because I'm always still doing what if, what more, whatever, that whole game that we play that leaves us unsatisfied. We can enjoy the moment, but we still have that unsatisfaction until you meet what you're looking for. So, perfection doesn't have to have religion attached to it. What I'm saying, you can find it in yourself. You can find it in your behavior. You can find it in the smells that you smell and the movements that you have and the taste and the touch. The whole thing, man. You can find perfection in everything. Doesn't have to be God. Just perfection. You gotta enjoy that moment. Can this moment be any better? Look for that. Why run around beating everything up? Why don't we just take the good out of it, the glory out of it, the perfectness out of it? Say, hey, that's what I'm looking for. God damn. 75 years I've come to this point to realize what was always there. It's always been there. Jesus, man, well, I'm happy I made it. I'm happy I made the circle. And if any of you can achieve perfection, and I know you can, because you're part of my whole thing, and I'm part of it. We're all part of perfection together, whether you can realize it or not. But if you can get there, I think it's time for us to try and figure out how to do something about this shit. In this monotony of mediocrity. Let's go on to the next level, the next stage. Let's meet each other and figure out how to do it the new way. I mean, this old traditions of how we've got. I'm so tired of life the way it is now that thank God I can see perfection in it. But abundant. We can live life abundantly. We don't have to be feeling the pain and the misery that I read about and hear about every day. Peace, bro. I just had to get that off my chest.